So welcome all of you here today. First of all, I'd like to thank everyone for coming, obviously, to this celebration of Shawn's life. This is basically exactly what we imagined, a group of people who loved him from multiple times in his life, from multiple places in his life. What we wanted for this was this to be a loving place to remember him, to share our experiences of him in this very sacred ground. And for those of you who don't know exactly where we are, this is the National AIDS Memorial Grove. Shawn's name is going to be engraved in what's called the Circle of Friends. This will be Shawn's final resting place. We think it is what he would have wanted. Roy and Avi Pendergrass were Shawn's paternal grandparents who raised him alone, and he loved them dearly and spoke of them as his parents. They're in their late 80s and unable to travel from North Carolina, but Joe and I, as well as Tyson and Jeremy, have been in close contact with them. I also want to acknowledge Shawn's two aunts, Lois and Judy. I just sent Lois a picture, actually, of everything, including the grove, and she intends to visit. We've worked closely with both Lois and Judy since Shawn's passing as well. I was fortunate to have the kind of relationship with Shawn that was so honest and open. I can truly say there wasn't much left unsaid between us when he died. You invested so much in me and our friendship. You trusted me to guide you as you explored your new life and set your new roots here in San Francisco. I never told you that I loved you. It's not something friends say a lot to each other, I guess, but we should. What we had was an intimate, brotherly friendship. Our dynamic was 100% mutual and reciprocated. As traumatic as your loss is for me, it forced us to all look at one another and ask ourselves, what are we to each other? The loss of such a significant person in my life put everything into perspective for me. We are not friends. We are not just a community. We are a family. All grudges and semi-awkward dynamics immediately faded away as those who surrounded me in those first few days made their love and commitment to me and to us all abundantly clear. This is the family you were a part of, Shawn. This is the family and community you sought here. It's devastating that you left us just as you were becoming so central in it. For us, your death is a huge loss. Your energy was radiant and intoxicating. Your passion and sense of adventure so admirable and inspiring. Shawn's death has taught me so much about myself, my values, my family, and my community. I see him watching us now, gathering in this serene place of natural beauty, in the city he intended to call home for the rest of his life, as he commented to me, laughing and crying and celebrating his beauty.
It's hard for me to describe how special Shawn was. That's why I'm using the photos. They speak 1,000 words, as they say. I started with the one of Shawn as a monkey. That's how he was to me. I thought of him as like a curious George. He was always just exploring everything. Shawn lived his life really full every day, and just his honesty, his candor, his compassion. And he was a leader. Honestly, he was a leader, and he was very magnetic, and people followed him. He was carrying he put a sign for a woman on his team who had cancer, and just that they were remembering her. She couldn't be at the company retreat, unfortunately. This is a management team, which Shawn was part of. He was a ham. Did I mention that? This is us literally being like, let's take a team photo. I mean, I don't know. Shawn left his mark on me. This is the memorial that we put up where many other memorials have been in the center of the Castro. It was very poignant to me to see his memorial up there amongst all the things from Orlando, and taught me to enjoy life and to live it fullest every day, because that's what he did. I had apprehension, and he would just go for things. And I don't know, I'm not going to lose that lesson. So I don't know, thank you guys all for being here for Shawn. It means a lot to me, and it would mean a lot to Shawn. This is a beautiful gathering. So that's it.
He was only in my life for a short while, though he made an impact stronger than most can in a lifetime. And I was thinking to myself on how much I was enjoying our growing friendship, and how I couldn't wait for it to get stronger, and all the memories we were going to make. You're truly one in a million.
thing about Shawn, and one of the conversations we had, was why he went to Costa Rica. He told me that he really wanted to be in a place different from where he was from, where he could just almost reinvent himself. And I found that so fascinating because growing up, I always wanted to sort of do the same thing and maybe have to some extent.
I think memorials are an interesting place to come together as a chosen family, as a group of people who are celebrating the life of someone that's important to us. But memorials are also about coming together for each other. We're a generation that isn't prepared to handle death in our community. Death, unfortunately, is a strong part of our community. We don't lose people on a weekly or daily basis. I don't know how to grieve. You probably don't know how to grieve either. Some of us have lost friends in the past or family members. Some of us haven't ever. This is pretty incredible because a group of people have come together to celebrate the life of someone who was here with us in San Francisco for a short time. You've come here to be here for each other, for the people that cared about Shawn, and for the people that Shawn cared about. And that's what this community is rich in.
Whenever I was with Shawn, and I know that's true for everyone here, he made me feel completely heard and affirmed. To me, Shawn always felt like a creature deserving far more than this world. And when he landed here in San Francisco, I felt that right away, that he felt like he was home. This is what Shawn said: "There are a lot of hurting people in this world, and much of that hurt can be alleviated by the work of few individuals. But I truly believe that I can change the world, and I believe that's what we are called to do. We are to love the unlovable, to live in a community, and to make a difference."
He's probably also the only person that I've ever met that, through all of my different circles of friends, that nobody has ever said, "Oh, Shawn." Like, whenever you bring up his name, nobody's ever said, "Yeah, can we talk about that?" He's gone to another place, and I want him to be good, and I want him to look down on us, and I want him to be having fun.
It was clear to me from the first moment I met him that this was a guy who was a bright and shining star in life, and I just wanted to have more of that. He left me with a very stark lesson that is apparent now, and that is to live life to its fullest and not let the little things get to you.
I loved the way he was able to see the best in people and inspire them to be that. He did that for me. I loved his adventurous attitude, his kind heart, his cheeky grin. He had a beautiful spirit about him, and I'd like to celebrate that.
This bright light, it was very bright, and it didn't last long for us, but it's worth appreciating nevertheless.
He wanted to be a part of this community, and he let all of us know that.
After today, I will look back on Shawn and his effect on everyone at the point of inspiration. I will try my best to emulate the way that he lived his life. Thank you, Shawn, for reminding us of where we should all strive to be.